All right, game two, the women's all-stars skating for the blue tonight. Ankle biter, Bambi, the great Beck and Call, Cherry Violence, Cremally Insane, Mad M Butterfly, Mayhem Myers, Nikki Necrosis, One Hit Thunder, Rampage, T-Bone Trina, and Texas Outlaw. Skating for the white team, Bomb Pop, Brick Smash House, Daddy Longlegs, Dizzy Aster, Maven Mayhem, Phoenix Fire, Quantum Fury, Her Majesty the Queen of Hurts, Triple Threat, The Nace Maker, and Darth Talon, Zombina. Your officials for the second game here. Head ref, Cobber Knocker. Your scoring refs, Loki Hustlin and Slamwise Gamgee. Your inside pack ref is Aria Snark. And your outside pack refs are Skate Spear, Book Squirm, and Hardcore E. Your jam timer is Dottie Disaster. Some pretty solid lineups top to bottom here. Lots of newly minted pink champions represented here on both teams. The lovely Lethals winning the 2025 Women's League Championship here at Fountain City Roller Derby. Zombina out here, lots and lots of cool bout fits. Man, that music makes my heart go all pitter-patter. As a loyal citizen of the Empire. Time to watch these skaters hunt down some Jedi scum. Although I think the majority of our skaters have turned to the dark side, Mind Goblin. Triple Threat and Cremally Insane at the line. Creme ditching that hideous orange jersey for the blue color that the good guys wear. Definitely appreciate that. Triple threat clearly skating for the dark side here. Action underway. Cremally Insane doing a Ewing impression here. Finds that outside lane. Looking to break past the lone blocker up front. That is Zombina. Zombina too far ahead to block further here. Both scores freed up. Some strategery in the blocking core here. The blue team holding back Brick Smash House here for the score. Fantastic job there by the blue blocking core holding back the badly needed point to win on the jam. Rampage and Her Majesty, the Queen of Hurts at the line. Rampage, one of my untouchable buddies. And the Queen now also an untouchable after the OG shakeup of 2024. Rampage stuck in the inside lane. The Queen of Hurts sneaking through the outside, cutting to the inside, finds open track. Way ahead. I do respect Slamwise Gamgee with the mini lightsaber here. Even if they are rebel scum. On the jam, 2 points picked up here by the white team. Death by 1,000 cuts in USARs. Fun blocker matchup up front. The pivots, Zombina and Texas Outlaw. Just got to watch them duke it out in the championship game. Krem wearing a Knockouts jersey. Takes the outside lane and cuts to the middle for a date with the great Zombina. The pack stopped in turn 1.
Oh, right on the outside. Beautiful. This is more exciting than pod racing.
Oh yeah, always fun when they take the outside at speed and cut right to the inside. The magnificent squeal of wheels. Whole gaggle of pink champions here. Mad M, Butterfly, the Nace Maker, Quantum Fury, Q, Queen of Hearts. Queen of Hearts looking to follow some blockers to the inside. Stuffed, forced to switch lanes here. Takes a block from T-Bone Trina. T-Bone trying to maintain position at pivot for the pivot turn. Bottled up in the outside lane. Queen is free, lead jammer for the white team. Queen, the lone active scorer on the track. T-Bone Trina broke in free. Feeling the force. And Queen sneaking through the inside, forced to recycle here by Rampage. Rampage being a little cheeky there on the reset.
She used a bit of Jedi mind tricks on that side to force her out of it.
That looked like a Greedo shot first situation to me. But yes, definitely using the Jedi mind trick to slow down time in the force. A whole lot of muscle in the middle of this pack. One hit Thunder, Cherry Violence, Texas Outlaw. That's a heck of a middle wall there.
And Crimley Sane's jump out of the top was fascinating because he was able to actually get past without getting caught out of play.
It was an exceedingly well-timed jump, no doubt about it. A little bit of a forced push there, as it were. Really tight score through the first 5 minutes. The blue team picking up the point there. Answered by the white team. 1 point jam for both here. 6-5, the total score through the first 5 minutes. For those of you watching online, thank you for being with us. Make sure to go on your socials. Talk about your favorite roller derby league, Fountain City Roller Derby. These skaters leaving it all on the track for you tonight in this galactic wheeled civil war. Madam Butterfly takes a hit from Mayhem Myers, loses the battle with gravity. Both jammers bottled up in the back here trying to find a seam. These blockers working that middle like a bunch of bounty hunters. It's a pile up in turn 2. The Queen took advantage here, escapes from the pack. Rampage looking like a TIE fighter. Trying to shoot some X-Wings out of the sky. Rampage overtakes Queen, calls it off. 1 point jam again. Death by 1,000 cuts in USARs. Darth Talon at the line against Criminally Insane. Zombina with a jersey whip around Brick Smash House, but Criminally Insane finds the seam here. Lead jammer. It's going to be a pivot turn to triple threat for the white team. The blockers forming up at the back, trying to find the best positioning here to receive these jammers.
On triple threat, found that inside lane a bit to get up in front.
You are not wrong, Mind Goblin. I'm finding these blockers a bit dizzying to follow. Zombina was tracking Krem through the pack. It was kind of beautiful. Brace 2 wall in the front to receive Criminally Insane, who wisely decides not to turn in her homework on that assignment. Daddy Longlegs and Zombina, a formidable combination.
Metachlorian levels on all these players are out of the chart right now.
You know, I think you might be right about that, Mind Goblin. Master Yoda would snatch these skaters up in a second. Rampage and Her Majesty, the Queen of Hurts. But up front, Phoenix Fire. Toying with beck and call like a cat toys with a mouse. Trying to bottle up that pivot. Beck gets the signal, able to activate here at the pivot turn for the blue team. Graceful turn at the apex for Queen of Hurts. And the Queen coming into the back, looking for an open lane, finds it on the inside, swing and a miss for Madam Butterfly. The force was not strong with Madam on that hit.
It's all about team play right there. They were able to push that open lane so cleanly that
absolutely
gave Queen that straight ahead go.
It's nice when your blockers grease the open up the path for you, as one should say. Kremlin and Zombina. The wall of white jerseys getting up to the front to receive Kremlin frantically looking for an opening here. Zombina had the open lane but took the hit from Thunder, forced to reset. Bodies flying here. Thunder in big trouble heading to the box of shame. Meanwhile, Triple Threat and Criminally Insane neck and neck here through turn 4. Who's going to get these points? These jammers taking out the entire pack. Yep, Trip's going to pick up a back block on that call. Heading to the box of shame. I think that may have been well earned, Mind Goblin. Although it did look cool.
It almost looked 50-50 on that one too, because there was definitely a lot of congestion in that hole that both of the jammers were going after.
I see Ewing, Thunder, and Trip reunited in the penalty box. Brings back some happy memories of those untouchable days. The white team sending another block into the box. It's a depleted pack here for the white team.
And it's almost like a power play right now because the jammer on the white can't get out active because the pivot was already marked active.
You are absolutely right, sir. And when you only have 3 blockers, you can't cover the entire trap. Feels bad being being in the depleted pack and trying to slow down the opposing jammer. It's a 7-point jam for the blue team. It's like we got Phoenix Fire and Rampage. Phoenix Fire, the switch hitter here. Takes turns at scorer and blocker. Both teams trying to free up that inside lane here, but Rampage finding the outside. Free as a bird. But Little Q, man, Quantum has gotten so fast. These jammers neck and neck. Rampage taking out blockers en route to a scoring pass. What an effort on the part of these scorers. It's a 1-point pickup for the team in white. 18 minutes remaining. The score stands at 20-12 in favor of the blue team. All sorts of Sith Lords out there on the track here in white. Zombina using her friends as a weapon. pushing those blue blockers into the opposition. Couple more to beat here. Nice job by the blue team up front to keep this jammer in check. Nikki Necrosis being a thorn in the side of Zombina. And Texas Outlaw holding court. Krem able to emerge.
Oh. Might have been a low block in Krim, though.
Could be. Looked incidental to me. But Zombina seems to be a little unhappy there. And yep, criminally insane, picking up the blocking penalty, heading to the box of shame. So Zombina going to get to feast on some brains here, metaphorically speaking.
Do the Darth people eat brains, or is that like a stereotype?
Probably just a stereotype. Zombina staring down the barrel of this pack, looking to see what her blockers have opened up for her. Two skaters down in the pack. Those are easy points for the white team. The blue team setting a 3-wall in the back here. Zombina going for Nikki Necrosis.
And such a slow wall, too. You got to appreciate all their efforts to slow the gameplay down so much.
Definitely much easier to pick up a blocking penalty when you're going against that slow-moving wall at speed. Smart play all around on the part of the blue team there. Like official timeout, folks. Quick thank you to everyone watching out there on YouTube tonight. Be sure to go out on all your socials, talk about your favorite roller derby league, Fountain City Roller Derby. Give out some love to all these impressively dressed Sith Lords wearing the skates for you tonight.
I'm surprised you didn't come in dressed as, who is it, Fode and Bode? Reed? The two-headed announcers from the pod racers?
Oh, man, that would have been great. No, I didn't plan well enough ahead for that, unfortunately. Just wearing the T-shirt, but it's a cool T-shirt.
It's a great T-shirt. Very
Retro classic. Darth Vader, showing my love as a loyal citizen of the Empire.
False start.
Action back underway. False start picked up by the pivot here. Madam Butterfly heading to the box of shame. One blocker down for blue. And Her Majesty, the Queen of Hurts, from Naboo, is going to take lead jammer. Rampage calling out some commands to the blocking core. Queen finds an open lane on the outside. It was a swing and a miss for T-Bone.
Short Stack also was going in for the attack, but her phasers were set to stun.
My friend, I think we crossed properties there.
Yeah.
Not that I don't appreciate it. I love how your weird brain works.
What is it in episode 4 where they had the pistols and they set it to stun, but
yes,
it wasn't phasers, so.
All right, triple threat. We'll see if she can resist the lure of the dark side on this jam and stay out of that penalty box. The Nace Maker being naughty, heading to the box. Trip looking for a way around this devastating pair of blockers in the back. Meanwhile, Criminally Insane finds her way past the last blocker in white, Dizzy Astor. These jammers are neck and neck. Look at this 4-wall in the back, holding back Brick Smash House for the point.
Oh, and then right on the outside, skating very close to the edge and calling it off.
Textbook positional blocking on the part of the blue team. Of course, one-hit Thunder part of that one. Or should I say one-hit Force Lightning. It works.
I like that.
It works. Do it. I don't know if we should call her Queen of Hurts of Naboo or the Empress for this game.
Wasn't the Queen elected position too?
Official timeout. Yes, the Queen is an elected position on Naboo. All right, esteemed officials, coming to an accord here.
And this is how democracy dies, by the cheers of the
With
crowd.
thunderous applause.
Oh, there we go.
This is how democracy dies, with thunderous applause, Mind Goblin. The wise words of Padme Amidala, rebel scum. Or at least would be rebel scum had she survived. Rest in peace. Oh. Just mindless Star Wars babble, my friend, while we're getting things squared away during this timeout. Is this the Dagobah training music? Nice. Yeah.
Like it's during the kissing scene of Leia, too, I do believe. Leia and Han Solo during their Hoth scene.
That kiss was weird, man.
Very weird.
All right, the head ref calling us back to action here. The Galactic Civil War continues. The Galactic Civil War continues here at Fountain City Roller Derby. The Galactic Empress, Queen of Hearts, ready to rock and roll along with Rampage. Do they wield the light or dark side of the Force? Fast-moving pack. These blockers going to make it tough on the jammers today. Mayhem Myers holding position up front. Queen of Hearts wielding the Force. Finding their way to the front of the pack. Lead jammer. Mayhem Myers thought they had a Rampage on a reset there. Went just out of bounds on the block. Mad and Butterfly for the blue team activating at score. The white team forming up a back wall here in the middle against T-Bone Trina, trying to get a very tough point there. T-Bone definitely not the easiest person to catch on the track. Oh man, the great Rainbow Sherbird is here, newly minted 2025 champion. Hi, Rainbow. Yeah, I was saying hi to Rainbow. The great Rainbow Sherbird. The whistles blow once again. We've got an official review, folks. With that said, the white team has turned the tide here for now. We've got a lead change, 30 points to 25, 12 minutes remaining in the half. We lost the scoreboard, Mind Goblin. 12 minutes. We had 12 minutes remaining.
Yeah, well, apparently they're just going to restart the game, and we're coming up on Derby halfway through.
Alrighty. Well, it makes sense. Ours is the sport of chaos. All I know is everyone on wheels is way too well behaved for me to trust what's happening right now. Arya Snark coming in. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Okay, cool. The mysteries of the Force are complicated indeed, kind of like this official review. The review was for points and lead. They wanted an illegal call off on Mad Butterfly for the blue team, but Queen had already called off the jam, so the review is denied. And we're back underway here. Criminally Insane and Triple Threat ready to rock and roll. It's going to be a duel of the fates, folks. The question is, which of these Sith are going to storm into the temple and take care of business? Ooh, that was close.
Oh, yeah.
Criminally Insane, unfortunately, did not time their jump well on that one.
It worked well the first time, but the second time apparently was just a little mistimed.
Yep, didn't quite catch it this time. And in USARs, that means they get moved back to start the jam. So Krem will start the jam further back than their opponent, Triple Threat. The funny thing is, Krem knew. All right, false start, here we go. Triple Threat looking to get a hit here, using one of their friends, Dizzy Aster, to slow it down. Criminally Insane, that's my favorite maneuver, using your friends as weapons in roller derby. Ankle biter, the speed bump to Triple Threat in the inside lane here. Both jammers methodically working their way through the pack. Daddy Longlegs itching for a fight here with the blue jammer. It's a solid hit there, forced to recycle. Excuse me, reset. Trip looking for a penalty on ankle biter for some hits.
And Krim's dodge on Beetlejuke or Daddy Longlegs was fantastic.
Pretty sick, yep. Pretty sick maneuvers there for Criminally Insane to get free of Daddy Longlegs. But the Witches of Dathomir are following closely behind. Excuse me, the Witch of Dathomir. Zombina looking like a Night Sister.
I don't know if that was English or what is it? Zen people?
I have no idea. This announcer's speechless.
That's the first time.
Good volume, though. Good volume on whatever that was. Head ref Copper Knocker. Looks like another official timeout here. Official review. Sure are working these refs pretty hard here in the second bout of the night. Hopefully this review won't be quite as labyrinthine as the last one. But it must be said, we definitely appreciate the ridiculously good-looking people in stripes making this game possible. and hanging out with the great Mind Goblin and Rainbow Sherbert. Looking like a younger, handsomer version of Anakin Skywalker and Padme Amidala.
Younger?
Uh-huh.
I'm pretty sure they were teenagers.
I don't think that's accurate.
I'm pretty sure Hayden Christensen.
I think they were legal adults. At least
Natalie Portman's character was Natalie. She was definitely older than Hayden Christensen.
she was a head of state.
Yeah, but they become head of state when they were like 16 or something like that, like 13.
This is getting more uncomfortable by the moment.
It is. Now,
We're just going to let that joke
very
go.
Very weird.
Yeah. Although it's better than saying a younger, handsomer Luke and Leia. Han and Leia.
Looks like there's some excitement going on the jammer line.
Yeah, there's a reason why you don't leave the skaters unsupervised for too long. Then the lightsaber battles are what happen, or dance battles. Beck and Call is not behaving. Mayhem Myers, you are a bad influence. Which I totally respect. Beck and Call, your newest member of Quad Squad. All right, we're still waiting on information about this official review. We'll give that to you guys here shortly once we have it. Our esteemed officials coming to an accord here, while the skaters try to rein in their worst instincts and bad behavior. We have once again lost the clock. We'll have that restored here in a sec. Okay. All right, back in the action here. 28-32 in favor of the white team. 10 minutes remaining in the half.
I think they're cheering for 20-minute halves.
I think you might be right.
Rambo says 20-minute naps.
Okay. The official review was for an alleged blocking out of play and denied by the refs. There was no boop on the play. Rampage, a lot of pent-up energy here coming out like a rocket. Or shall we say a Corellian Corvette.
And the dismount.
Heck yeah, man. That was some fancy shooting there on the part of the TIE fighter, Mayhem Myers. Stuck the landing for sure. I think that's the first time I've seen the skaters go on strike mid-game, Mind Goblin. Didn't last very long. Zombina and Kremley Insane. Both blocking course stuffing the inside and middle lanes. Both jammers not wanting to take the outside. Can't say I blame them. Meanwhile, Kremley is through here. Triple threat active at score. Quantum Fury taking out Book Squirm. You hate to see it.
Not 100% sure if Triple reset after being knocked out by T-Bone.
Yep. Also not 100% sure. Scoring for you here in a second. 1 point on the pass there. Bringing the score to 30-32. 8 minutes remaining in the half. It's been a topsy-turvy game for sure, Mind Goblin. Rampage and Her Majesty, the Queen of Hearts. But I like this pivot battle up front between Beck and Call and Phoenix Fire. Holy moly, didn't even get the sentence out before Rampage came rocking and rolling. Rampage coming up behind Queen of Hearts. Queen looking to off with Rampage's head here. Phoenix Fire with the score for the white team. Phoenix Fire and the white team picking up all 4 points on the last jam. 36-32. Zombina and Texas. Excuse me, Zombina and Krem at the line here. Texas not much for jamming anymore. Likes to hit people too much. T-Bone, Trina, and Thunder holding down that back wall. Zombina taking a hit from Ankle Biter. Daddy Longlegs gets a nice hit on Krem, but not enough to slow down the action here. Texas taking out Zombina. Holy moly. It's a rough and tumble jam. These blockers dishing out violence. Looking like a bunch of Sith out there. I haven't seen a hit like that since Yoda took out Jango Fett.
I was about to say, I haven't seen a hit like that since Yoda took a hit from the stairs and the seats from the Senate.
That was a pretty cool tactic on the part of the Emperor, Mind Goblin.
Not much of a fighter, but sure can.
He's got a flair for the use of the Force, no doubt about it. The blue team picking up another 2 points there. It's a close score with 5 minutes remaining. Bodies flying in turn 2. But the Queen of Hearts finds an opening on the inside. Give it to Mayhem and Q, quickly closing that opening up. Coming up the works for Madam Butterfly. But Madam with those long strides, picking up speed very quickly here. The white team trying to bottle up Rampage for a point here. Unsuccessful.
Queen calling it off, going backwards. Fantastic play.
2 points for the women's white team. You're right, that magic trick call-off is always really fun to see, especially when it's not Mil Malice. It's going to be fun to see how chippy this game gets in the second half with the score being so close. Got a lot of competitive people out there. Graham tries to find purchase in the outside lane, runs into Maven Mayhem. Beautiful job by the back wall there for the white team. The pivots up front hitting each other over and over again. Although I will say Texas and Zombina, perennial frenemies. Lots of incredible epic battles over the years. Lead jammer, triple threat. Texas stepping aside to allow Krem through here. Trip takes the inside lane against Thunder. Thunder bottling them up. That's a hard point to get if you're going for Thunder. It's like a 2-2 jam there. That decision opening things up a little bit on the back end for Kremley and Zane.
This game's tighter than the Tatooine pod racing match between Anakin Skywalker and Sabadua.
There's probably somewhere in the Star
Somewhere
Wars
in
universe
there.
named that.
Isn't that the guy's name?
Queen of Hearts and Rampage. Rampage taking an assist off of one of their blue buddies. Tremendous speed here, looking like an X-Wing fighter. Beautiful magic trick on the back end to pick up Queen's point, or so it seemed. We'll see how it shakes out.
I think
the other
Rampage might be saying that Queen did a directional.
could be.
On the Apex, it's very difficult to say.
Yep, you're not wrong. But the scoreboard says that Rampage did get that point. That was a pretty impressive display of athleticism there. Zombina taking one off of Cherry Violence. Krem somehow uses the force to get up front. Finds a slick spot on the floor.
I think that's been going on all day, pretty much.
Krem picking up a... never mind. I think the penalty may have been called off there by Loki Hustle. Meanwhile, Zombina is free to rock and roll. Zombina got in for the score there. So it appeared that Graham may have picked up a penalty and then it was withdrawn upon communication with the ref. But the result is 2 points for the white team. 1 minute remaining in the half. 42, the meaning of life.
47?
42.
42. Dang it.
Hitchhikers.
Dang it.
I'm mixing IPs again. Queen of Hearts, who got by Rampage on the last jam, looking to get some revenge here. Unleashing the dark side of the Force. Man, T-Bone Trina kept that outside lane wide open for Rampage. Great job by the blocking core in blue. It's always nice when the strategery shakes out to an easy jammer path. Rampage getting chased down here by Mayhem. Both jammers forced to reset. Slow moving pack here. Skirting around a block by Quantum Fury and Brick Smash House. Rampage sneaks through on the inside lane. Looks like that may have been a scoring pass here. Yep. 4 points there for Rampage. And that is it for the first half.
And I can't believe that's the first half. That was such an exciting first half. That
was wild. It's a
like
wild game tonight. The half ends on a 42-42 tie, which means they're only going to get meaner in the second half, Mind Goblin.
Pretty sure some of those Jedi's are going to turn into Siths.
Oh, my goodness. I'm doing well.
I'm already hot, so anything else is great.
I love your Vans. Your one van. I would fight you for it, but you have a. But you have. I was to say you've got a and you've got a death machine.
It doesn't fit on the desk.
Bummer.
Me too. Is it Shy Now You're Fresh? No. The Rangers first, but it was a missing player. He like came up trying to get like point to the jam and no one said this was very bouncing walking and behind me though, so I have no idea really. I didn't even sleep. When did you start sleeping? I think 2 months ago. I was gonna say, do you have a wedding? Yeah, it sucks. Although spraying my hair over to the breaking, the breaking. I know. Yeah. But yeah, I have a rod and 3 screws.
You're a bionic woman now. Awesome.
No, the Pin and Screw Club. Oh, yeah. I think that's shoulder surgery, yeah.
All right, time to get back to the action. The seconds ticking away on intermission.
2 weeks I should be due, but I don't know if I'll be here.
And apparently these skaters can't wait a second longer to start hitting each other again.
Guy's broken. Why do we do this?
I feel like half the league is injured looking at this group of people. There's so many people with injuries. Zombina and Criminally Insane doing the honors on jam number 1 here. 2 certified Sith Lords. Beck and Call putting on a positional blocking clinic in the back here to slow down Zombina, along with Nikki Necrosis and Cherry Violence. Criminally Insane is free, but so is Triple Threat on the pivot turn. Thank you to those of us watching on YouTube. Happy to have you tonight for the the Star Wars exhibition games here at Fountain City Roller Derby. Criminally Insane was feeling the force on that jam. And one of the white team members headed to the box of shame. 1 point jam here. Maybe that penalty was called off. Looks like the penalty was called off. Quick official timeout, folks.
That's quick.
Yep, I hear you. It's an official timeout here. I think we may be missing somebody. We may be missing a critical staff member. But I do not know for sure. Yep, our penalty keeper getting back from his smoke break, the great Ewing. Welcome back, Ewing. It is very good to see you, sir. I'm officially going to blame Ewing's daughter for that one. The force is strong in Ewing's daughter, and also the sense of mischief. Some shenanigans pre-jam between the Galactic Empress and Rampage.
Look at that TIE fighter formation between the two jammers.
Beautiful, synchronized jamming. Usually not part of the great sport of roller derby. Extended arms are generally a no-no, but we've got two Sith Lords here, so I think the rules go out the door.
They're just practicing their double-bladed lightsaber maneuvers.
Smart. You don't want to be caught in a lightsaber fight without your double-bladed lightsaber maneuvers. Queen of Hearts, the Galactic Empress, graceful skating, 10 of 10, rounding the apex. But this pack refusing to slow down for these jammers. Mayhem Myers grabbing a baby there for their team to score on. And gem number 2 comes to an end here. 2 points on the jam for the white team, or excuse me, 3 points, 49 to 44, 27 minutes remaining here. The shenanigans are strong in this group of skaters, Mind Goblin. Let's see if the Sith Lord here can march into the temple and eliminate the opposition. Triple threat.
The Sith
The
have a rule of 2. And
Yes.
it seems like their back line definitely is following that.
The slow reset Jedi mind trick. Holy moly, Dizzy really popped the opposing jammer there. Daddy Longlegs forcing.
Looks like a toe stop on the middle of the rink.
Yep, detritus. Daddy Longlegs had the reset there, but did not slow down on the block. Very charitable reaction from a blocker. Contentious blocking in the middle here. Nikki Necrosis hitting everybody. And we finally have a lead jammer. Triple threat. T-Bone Trina takes the pivot turn for the blue team. T-Bone moving the blue blockers at will here. Runs into the business end of a 2-wall up front with Nikki Necrosis and Cherry Violence. Stays inbound, bypassing the final blocker for the score. 4 hard-won points there for triple threat. Brings the score to 53-46 with 25 minutes remaining in the half. Criminally Insane and Queen. Queen putting on the Jets. Accelerates around one hit Thunder, but the pack slowing her up. And Criminally Insane looking to find their way around the final blocker here. That would be Quantum Fury. Holy moly. Queen of Hearts appears out of nowhere. Tempted to do the Jersey whip, the illegal Jersey whip. Resists the temptation. And that back wall of blue jerseys allowing their jammer through to grab the points. Textbook positional blocking there for the blue team.
I think Queen was able to get around at least a couple of them, possibly getting 2 points out of this.
Yep, 2 points on the score there, 55-48. The women's white team looking to build a lead here. Looking to banish the Jedi Order to the dark side of the universe. But I like this matchup up front between the pivot, Zombina and Madame Butterfly. Madam had a few penalties in the first half, been a little bit mischievous, a little naughty. Tripp once again moving blockers at will. Skirts around, beautiful bean dip around Madam Butterfly. Both scorers active here.
What awesome spacing that the blue team had to allow Madam Butterfly to still be in play.
Right, you are, Mind Goblin. That was one of the tightest pivot turns I've seen in some time in terms of timing. Get a little hairy here in USAR's rules. One of them called it off. Not sure who it was. And not sure of the scoring, but luckily we have the officials to sort all that out for us here to bring order to the chaos of the universe. 2 points for the blue team. So Madam Butterfly did get the call off and the 2 points while the blockers in white had held back triple threat. Some great jammer action here, but wow, look at this blue wall here. Ankle biter and one hit thunder. Opening things up and then closing that gap. The speedy, criminally insane is free, but Quantum Fury looking to blow things up here. Blue skater down. And Cram. Little bit of a hit there between Cram and the blockers, takes one to the jaw. Unfortunately happens every so often here in roller derby. That's what we call a derby kiss, folks. All right, Triple Threat and Rampage teammates in open gender season. Now adversaries in this Star Wars mashup. Triple Threat using Dizzy Aster as a disruptor. Dizzy takes a few people out, but also Jerry taking out Triple Threat as well. The opposing Jammer Rampage held in check by Daddy Longlegs. Daddy moved out of the way by Cherry Violence. Still no lead Jammer despite all this effort. Dizzy Aster using the tractor trailer maneuver along with Nace Maker there. Bodies flying everywhere. Human bowling pins on this jam. The pack called to reform here. Both walls trying to do some good in this universe.
People are falling down as much as Strider did when he kicked the helmet.
Looked a little bit like Mace Windu there. It's a little bit of a fall. 3 points scored on the jam by the white team, bringing the total to 64-55. 20 minutes remaining. Official review called. Oh, yeah? I like it. I like it. Thunder, we all know you're indestructible. I'm not going to comment on that one. I am too smart to take that bait. We'll have information on the official review here in a second once it's forwarded over to us by the refs. The esteemed, ridiculously good-looking people in stripes.
You know, one thing that we have not referenced at all in this game is the Star Wars holiday special. So maybe since tomorrow's Mother's Day, we could give out a Wookiee Life Debt and give everybody a shout out for the Wookiee holiday.
Oh man, I hope I never owe someone a Wookiee life debt. That's too much pressure. That's too big of a commitment for a free spirit like myself. I'm single and childless for a reason, Mind Goblin.
Well, so is Chewbacca.
Yeah, that's true. You've countered my logic. Shame on you. Oh.
They questioned the hit that Triple Threat made at the end. They felt that it was a backblock.
Uh-huh.
We disagreed. They did not retain
Okay.
their
All right, folks, the official review was for a question of the hit by Triple Threat, asserting that it was a back block. The official review is declined, and all official reviews are now lost for the blue team. No more official reviews for you. They've still got all their timeouts, though. All right, so the blue team has decided their Rampage will not jam on this next jam. A little bit of a question there. Krem going to take the star this time around against the Empress, the Galactic Empress, Queen of Hearts. Krem going after Brick Smash House. Takes a monster hit from Mayhem Myers. Mayhem Myers tracking Krem's movement through the pack like a bounty hunter. Meanwhile, for that cool hit, they did pick up a forearm. Mayhem Myers to the box of shame. Both scorers are free here, neck and neck.
And with Madam's attempt on Queen, she did get hit and got kind of swallowed up by the pack, so it didn't let her get out as quickly as she
Right, you are.
Woo!
Apex jump. Kreml Insane looking like the Millennium Falcon. Trying to do the castle run in 12 parsecs. So glad I got that joke in.
Which is a measure of distance, not speed, right?
Absolutely right, sir. Also appreciate Krem not wearing that hideous orange jersey. Back at it, Triple Threat against Rampage. Slow moving pack here.
I don't even think the Jedis have orange lightsabers, so.
Oh gosh, it'd be terrible. All the blockers trying to figure out where the heck these jammers are. Beck initiating contact. But Rampage is free, and the pivot turn for the white team brings out Zombina. Z looking fast tonight, channeling the dark side of the Force. Zombina overtakes and goes for the score. communication here between the coaches and the refs. A little clarification. All right, here we go. Rock and roll. The great Stitch Please taking over at Jam Timer. Immediate call off here. A timeout has been called. The officials looking to come to an accord on that last jam. All right, looking to get reset here for the next jam. The Galactic Empress heading out here for the white team against Criminally Insane. Pivot battle up front between Quantum Fury and T-Bone Trina. And we are off, folks. Criminally Insane teleporting to the front of the pack, even though this is definitely not Star Trek. Queen of Hearts with a Amazonian effort here to try to overtake the upstart jammer in blue. And the pack speeding up. The blue blocker is looking to find a baby here. Krem forced to reset into the back. Overtaken by the Galactic Empress. Krem hit to the outside,
right.
but the blocker went out as well, so not forced to reset.
She was forced to reset because she did cut in front of a couple other people, though.
Oh. Did it very quickly. I didn't see it because I was linked to the other side. Thank you, sir. Always appreciate getting the call correct. Man, both of these jammers getting beaten up today. Holy moly. While at the same time running a ton of time off the clock. 13 minutes remaining on the jam clock. Four points scored by the Galactic Empress so far on this jam. Time expiring. An additional 4 points picked up by the white team. And 4 points for the blue.
Yeah, it is.
The great T-Bone Trina, all smiles here at the mischief taking place on this track.
She did say that it was getting crazy. It started to heat up.
A little bit of emotion in our sport. Ours is the sport of chaos. But this announcer crew definitely appreciates the efforts of our esteemed officials, trying to rein in all the emotion, make the correct rulings, and keep everybody safe out there.
Remember, fear leads to hate, and hate leads to the dark side. I think there's more to that, but
Fear leads to anger.
anger leads to hate.
Hate leads to suffering. And yeah, we can see that in roller derby. We just missed our first dance party, though. The white team getting a little bit of the jitters out here. Thank you to everybody watching out there in YouTube land. We definitely appreciate you. Give us a little bit of love out there on your socials. These skaters leaving it all on the track for you tonight.
You know what these skaters don't like? They don't like sand. It's coarse. And it's rough.
You are correct, sir. I appreciate that. Action back underway. A pair of untouchables at the line. Rampage definitely making a case for MVJ tonight, taking a whip off, taking an assist off of Beck and Call, grabbing that speed, that extra speed, invoking the light side of the force. Put her hand right into Daddy Longlegs and a beautiful wall of white jerseys up front. The white team asserting their defensive presence here. Zambino looking to reestablish position up front.
On Rampage just scooted around her.
Yeah, that was a sick cut to the inside lane. And now Zambina looking for the time to activate here. Pivot turn activated for the white team.
Oh, looks like we got a split pack right now.
Both walking course separate. It's a little bit weird. Blue picking up 1 point on the jam.
She almost got all the points if they would have stayed spread out like they did before.
Right you are, sir. Total score 78 for the women's white team against the 66 points for the blue team. 14 minutes remaining in the half. This is a bad time for that contemplative Star Wars music. The two jammers duking it out in the back. Quantum Fury wearing the star here for the first time today. Q has done quite a bit of work at pivot. But Q looking to make their name here for the white team. Fast moving pack, making it tough on these scorers. But Q getting through, off blocking by Dizzy Aster and her Empress, the Galactic Empress. Emily looking to
Oh my god.
do a little bit of hitting, takes out Quantum Fury. That was beautiful.
Took a little bit of effort, but she was able to do it.
Looks like a younger, meaner Boba Fett. Trying to cash in that bounty hunter puck. Holy moly, Krem getting around a block by Queen of Hearts. Impressive stuff. Both scorers are active, but having scored already, 4 points on the JMQ, able to call it off. To a strategic call off there before Emily is able to answer. Also running off a nice big chunk of clock for the white team.
Both teams are really hungrier than a Rancor.
Yeah, this doesn't have the feel of an exhibition game, does it?
No.
Ton of emotion, a lot of big hitting. But you skated with triple threat, so you know the competitive juice is flowing through these two teams tonight.
Might not seem like they have anything to prove, but they're going at it like they do.
They definitely want those bragging rights, no doubt about it.
And what's so fantastic about both these all-star teams is how quickly they form after the initial break. Like, they are so quick out, but as soon as it's ready to form up and get back together, they're quick to form.
Absolutely right. Great track positioning by both teams. Blockers working well as a unit. But with the veteran presence on the track, that's to be expected, absolutely. Trip and Rampage, the untouchable jammers. looking to be having a good time hitting each other there in the back of the pack. Nace Maker and Daddy Longlegs holding the inside. Ankle Biter and Beck and Call up front, holding back both the pivot and the Jammer in white. And look how fast that pack is moving, Mind Goblin. It makes me a little tired just watching it.
It's definitely exhausting, especially with all the high octane hits that they were giving each other.
High octane is right. Looking like Alderaan on the business end of the Death Star. 10 minutes remaining in the half, folks. 82-66 in favor of the white team. A pair of lovely lethals duking it out here. Madam Butterfly and Quantum Fury. Madam wearing the star for the first time in this exhibition game, although having activated a few times at pivot. Dizzy Aster putting on a blocking clinic, holding the inside lane. Q held up in the back here by Nikki Necrosis. This dizzying pack speed is making me feel so bad for those blockers. They're going to get a good sleep tonight for sure. Quantum trying to find a seam, an open lane on the outside. One blocker to beat.
Go, go.
Leaps to the inside.
Shout out to all the defenders to allow that to come to fruition, too.
No doubt about it. The white team doing a great job occupying the blue team's blocking core. One hit Thunder activated at pivot for the first time in this exhibition game. Nice to see Thunder popped back up after the medical timeout earlier. Also, because we all love Thunder. Legend of Fountain City Roller Derby. Just past the 9-minute mark. The score standing at 84-67, 2 points on the last jam for the white team. The white team slowly chipping away, but still not much of a lead with plenty of time remaining. Plenty of opportunity for the blue team to reverse fortunes here. Rampage taken out by Triple Threat on the initial pass here. Jammer on, Jammer blocking. I will admit, when I see that look on Trip's face, I get a little bit scared. Even though I'm twice her size.
It's definitely intimidating.
Rampage trying to find a way around Daddy Longlegs here. Takes the assist off T-Bone Trina. The pack spread out here, but the blues all together. Meanwhile, Trip powering through the blue wall. Awarded lead jammer status.
All these players are exhausted.
Yeah, the problem is you see Zombina hit the floor, you usually come back stronger. But it's these fast-moving packs that'll tire you out real quick, especially late in the second half. Tom's? Yeah. Okay. Yep. Now's a good time to remind you folks that the fun doesn't have to end at the final whistle. We'll have an after party at Tom's Bar and Grill on Highway 40. Lots of these amazing athletes will be there to drink with you. It's always fun. Have a few adult beverages. Tom's taking good care of Fountain City Roller Derby. Criminally Insane finding that extra gear here.
Queen not falling for the trap.
Yep. Yep, and
waiting to be kind of activated.
absolutely Mind Goblin. Woo! Calls it off and takes out a white team blocker. Nice combo move there for Criminally Insane. Uh-oh, head to the box of shame on the low block. And All Smiles looking unrepentant, just like we love our skaters to look in the box. Five minutes remaining. 69-87 in favor of white.
Do you believe?
Trip and Rampage, again, starting off the jam, hitting each other a little bit there. Beck and Call breaking it up.
Blue still has enough time, I do believe, to catch up if they have some phenomenal plays coming forward.
Right, you are, Mind Goblin. Still plenty of time here, but time is ticking away. Pile up in turn 3. Daddy Longlegs and Rampage. A kamikaze hit there. Not the first time we've seen the great Daddy Longlegs taking people out. Definitely won't be the last. Wearing that Darth Maul makeup. Daddy Longlegs shifting their focus to getting their jammer through the back of this pack. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looks like the primary focus of these skaters is just getting some hits in here, getting their licks in. It's like a bit of a truce on this jam. Don't normally see it, but this is an exhibition.
There might have been a trade alliance before this jam started.
Ooh, cool waitress whip from Zombina. Don't see that every day. The white team and blue team just looked at each other deep in their eyes and said, "You don't hit me, we won't hit you," for the next 2 minutes. It's a magical thing, the sport of roller derby, and the camaraderie that comes with it. One hit to Thunder and Quantum Fury. Mayhem being a thorn in Thunder's side in the back. Q emerges up front, going against their lethal teammate, Madam Butterfly. Meanwhile, Dizzy with the Jedi Mind Trick slowing down some of the opposing blockers here on the reset. Keeping things open and free for their jammer to pick up that point. 3 minutes remaining, might get another 2 or 3 jams here. The blue team gonna need a little bit of luck from the Force to switch out this lead. Setting out the great T-Bone Trina, who's been hanging out on the pivot line for most of this game. T, a incredibly challenging jammer to face, formerly of the Usual Suspects, now skates for the Regulators and the Pains. Nace Maker and Daddy Longlegs slowing things up in the front.
And she's out.
Looks like they were forced to release the jammer on distance, which meant an activation of the pivot turn as well for Zombina. Z can't resist the temptation to take a pot shot here. Both scores taken out in the turn here, but Zombina the first to pop right back up. Ankle biter, holy moly.
She's been on fire.
Thunderous
this game
hit,
too.
yeah. Right in front of the announcer table here. I maintain that murder shorties have an unfair advantage in roller derby. It's hard to get a legal hit on them. White team looking to run some clock here in addition to scoring. T-Bone Trina picking up a penalty here, heading to the box of shame.
Oh, ow.
Ankle biter going for round 2 on the hits in turn 2. Holy moly. Ankle biter, that was poetic hitting right there. Likely the last jam of this game. We're going under a minute on the period clock. And even though the white team does have a bit of a lead here, it doesn't really tell the story of this game, which is just to beat the heck out of each other.
I think they're all going to be drinking blue milk after this one.
I think you're right. Going to be stuck in forced meditation, healing these injuries, or the back to tank, like the great Darth Vader. Likely the last lead jammer of the game, Quantum Fury.
Oh, look at that hug.
Yep. Krem going for a kill shot. Holy moly. I do admire Krem's ability to stop and start on a dime. The period clock has expired, so the jam clock takes over here. 40 seconds remaining.
Oh, look at that block against Grim, though.
Beautiful blocking on the part of Dizzy Astor. Dizzy's been doing it the whole game. Textbook blocking. Brick Smash House taken out in the middle. That is the game. The women's white team prevails here.